hello welcome everyone ඔන්න මේ Kingdom Come Deliverance එකේ තවත් gameplay video එකක් ඔයාලා මේක තුලා ඉන්නේ මේ gameplay part 2 එක ඉතින් කලින් පාර හෙන්රි කලින් වීඩියෝ එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ බැලුවා නම් බැලුවේ නැත්නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ගිහලා බලන්න බැලුවා නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දකින්න ඇති හෙන්රි නූලෙන් බේරලා එනවා ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ගම විනාශ කරනවා ගමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කාසල් එක තියෙන තැනට වෙනකම්ම කොහොම හරි මුළු සේරම විනාශ වෙනවා අම්මයි තාත්තවයිත් මැරෙනවා ඒකෙන් කොහමරි මරුණට මෙයා කොහමරි ගැලවිලා ඇවිල්ලා කලිට්ස් වලින් තමයි කලිට්ස් තමා ගම ඊට පස්සේ මෙයා පැනලා ඇවිල්ලා ඊට පස්සේ දැන් මෙතන මේ විලේජ් කෙනෙක් ගෑනු කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා මෙයාගෙන් විස්තර අහන සීන් එකක් තියෙන්නේ they torch run on their way අපි මේක මේව කරමු
fine sunny day until Sigismund came with his army
සිගිස්මන්ඩ් කියන එක ඇවිල්ලා කියලා මම දැන් පොඩි බ්‍රැග් පාරක් දෙන සීන් එකක් තියෙන්නේ
No.
Success. Speech දාන්නත් පුළුවන් අපි මේක දාලා බලමු.
They began murdering. They cut down anyone who didn't flee to the castle and destroyed everything in their path. Terrible cries of the wounded and the dying. I'll never forget it. It was only by some miracle I managed to take one of their horses and ride here.
How terrible. All the saints in heaven must have been watching over you to keep you alive. But you're safe here now.
හරි දැන් මෙයාට සීන් එක තියෙන්නේ මෙයා පොඩි නිදිමතක් තියෙනවා ඒ වගේම බඩගින්නක් තියෙනවා අපි ගිහිල්ලා බලමු පල්ලෙහාට මොනවද තියෙන්නේ කියලා මෙහෙන් උඩට යන්නත් පුළුවන් පල්ලෙහාට ගිහිල්ලා බලමු මේ ඉන්නේ මෙයාව සර් රොබර්ට් මෙයාව තමයි පොඩ්ඩක් මෙයා ටෝක් එකක් දාලා බලමු
well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss.
You must
You
be
must be
all
all done
done
in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
හරි ඒක තමයි දැන් කෑම
I heard about your father.
කෑම ගන්න යන්නේ කෑම පොඩ්ඩක් අරගෙන පොඩ්ඩක් බඩ පුරව ගන්න යන්නේ
I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons.
Go with Sir Robert to the kitchen. Okay.
Milady.
මේ ඉන්නේ මම හිතන්නේ මේ ඉන්න රජතුමාගේ wife වෙන්න ඕනේ.
Lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man.
තරුණ කෑල්ලක් වගේ.
Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt.
සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඉස්සර ඒ කාලේ එහෙමනේ මේ වයසක මේ බඳින්නේ තරුණ මේ
After everything he's been through,
කෙල්ලන්ව.
he must be as hungry
ලංකාවේ
as
වගේ
a
තමයි
bear,
ලංකාවේ ඉස්සර වගේ තමයි.
aren't you, young master? Here you are then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my
තාම
lady.
ලේ පාරවල් ඇඟේ හැමතැනම.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the outer bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady.
මෙයා මේ
Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in
මදන්නේ
capable
my
hands,
lady
so
කැමති
I'll
වගේ
leave you to it.
හෙන්රියට
Good night.
දන්නවනේ ඉතින්
Good night.
කෙල්ලෝනේ
Right, ma'am.
ගමේනේ බොනවනේ
When you've
Aye.
done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
හරි එයා ගියා දැන් අපි ආහාර අනුභවයෙන් පස්සේ නිදා ගන්න යන්න ඕනේ eat දැන් තියෙන්නේ කන්න right
Must
You fled from Scanets.
eat.
How did you manage that?
හංග එක උඩරින් වැඩිලා තියෙන්නේ I must eat කියලා තියෙන bread rolls තියෙනවා මේ ඔක්කොම ටික bread rolls ටික අරගමු අපි මේ වගේ කෑම අඩේ මේ වගේ කෑම කන්න තියෙනවා මරු නේද roast chicken cheese
Seems I'm not good enough for the gent.
reputation lost අයියා කොක කයින්නකොට උගලක් කියන්නේ හරි කෑව හොඳට දැන් නිදි මතයි ඇපල් ගෙට් ටිකක් අරගමු කන්න තියෙනකොට හොඳට කන්න ඕනේ කෝකටත් මොකද පස්සේ ඕනේ වෙනවා මේ දේවල් වයින් තියෙනවා යා අර මේ අර කුස්සියට අප ගෑණි මූ ටෝක් කරනවා සීට් නැත් තියෙන්නේ it doesn't matter bro දැන් අපි යමු මේ පැත්තට A කියන තැනට යන්න ඕනේ පොරට නිදිමත හැදිලා මේ S2 පිය වෙනවා නිදිමත වැඩි වුණාම lock pick මේ ඉන්නේ සර් ඩිවිෂ් තමයි මෙහි මම හිතන්නේ මම වැරදි තැනකට ආවේ ආපස්සට යමු දුවලා යමු සර් ඩිවිෂ්ගේ වයිෆ් තමයි අර හිටියේ මෙන්න මෙතන මෙහෙ මේ තියෙන්නේ ප්ලේස් එක හරි මෙන්න මෙතනින් හරි eat to sleep හරි නිදාගත්තා අපි 10 hours නිදියකම් බලන්න එක පැය නිදියගන්න හම්බුනේ මොකද ඒ උනේ මොකක් හරි ස්ටාර්ට් වෙන්න යන්නේ එකක් ස්ටෝරියක් තව මොකක් හරි අර මැද්දෙන් එක සීන් තියෙනවා බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා loading
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood?
yes sir රෑ මුර නින්ද යන්නේ නැහැ මු කල්පනා කරගෙන ඉන්න සීන් එක තියෙන්නේ
Yes?
It is I, Henry.
අම්මට සිරි
Forgive the intrusion.
my lady කාමරේට
I
රින්
didn't
කරලා නේද
wake you, boy. Did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady. Thank you. You really shouldn't.
ඔයාලා හිතන්නේ මෙතන මොනවා වෙයි කියලාද
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace. To let you know you're not alone.
I came to offer solace කියන වද දන්නේ thank you kind
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
okay දැන් මේගොල්ලෝ දෙන්න අතර conversation එකක් වෙනවා
I'm starting to get hungry.
what I just can't talk about it tell the story of the raid tell අපි story කියමු
I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible.
කතාව යනවා මේ දෙන්න
The day
පෙන්නන්න
started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
I went to collect a
A
dev.
fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to father, who sent me to collect it from him.
අම්මට
Only
සිරි.
Kunish had no intention of
මුන්
paying.
දෙන්නේ නැගෝ.
It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved. But Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it.
ඒ
He was
මොකද බං
forging
ඒ
a
වෙලා
sword for
තියෙන්නේ.
Sir Radzik.
මම ගේම් එකේ බග් එකක්ද? Me and my father talked about life. I've been
I'd been
secret.
secretly learning
මොන හරි
sword
පොඩ්ඩක්
fighting,
පම්පෝරි පාරකුත් ගහන්න
hiding
බෑ.
it from my parents. So when
පම්පෝරි
we
පාරකුත්
assembled the
ගහමු.
sword, I tried a few moves with it. There's a big difference between a wooden sword and a real one. Maybe if I hadn't taken that sword in my hand, I wouldn't be here today.
You're full of surprises.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
I saw smoke on the horizon. There was a huge sword of army up me. I saw
I
smoke.
saw
on
smoke on the horizon
down.
from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
I saw them kill my girl Bianca. ඒක කියන්න හොඳ නෑ. They killed my father and mother. ඒක දාමු.
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Townburg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
අවිදාම I ran for my life අපි there.
I ran as if my life depended on it, which it did. But my guardian angel watched over me and I made it to the mill below the castle.
It's as well you did. The Lord be
අපිට මේ
praised.
chance එකක් දීලා තියෙන reputation එක gain කරගන්න මං හිතන්නේ.
It was too
Then I
easy
heard the
to
scream.
know
It
when.
was Teresa and
She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded,
Teresaට help
even though it
කරනවා.
almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
ඔන්නෝම කතාව කිව්වා.
How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either.
දැන් මෙයාගේ
So
කතාව
in
කියන්නේ මේ
comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband.
තරුණ
It was my
තරුණ
father's
කාලෙන්
wish.
බැඳලා තියෙන්නේ.
Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot.
ඒ
Shortly
කියන්නේ
after our
මෙයාට වඩා
marriage,
හුඟක් වැඩි
before I
මම.
even got a look at Townburg,
දැන් මේ
the
හෙන්රි
castle was
මෙයයි
stormed
මේ
and my
මේ
husband was imprisoned.
ඩිවිෂ්ගේ වයිෆ්
Really?
ලෝඩ් ඩිවිෂ්ගේ වයිෆුයි එක වයසේ වගේ එක ළඟ
My
ඉගෙන වයස් වල
husband had
ඉන්නේ.
some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and
ඒ නංගිගේ දුක
all of a
කියනවා දැන්.
sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years. But it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a
අන්න
ransom.
ගෑනු දැක්කනේ
And
අවුරුදු
only
7ක්
then, by the
අර
grace of
නාකි
Lord
මිනිහා ගැන
Jesus, did I
බලාගෙන කොහොම හරි
finally
වැඩ
lay
කරලා
eyes
අන්තිමට
on my
බේරගෙන
husband once more.
ඔන්න කෙල්ල බලන්න
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never.
great woman
And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and
හේ
beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
ඒක කෑමක් ගෙන අර කන්න දුන්නේ
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
ඒ කාලේ දැන් අපේ ගමක වගේ වුණා නම් එහෙම අල්ලපු රැන්ටිලා ටික ඔක්කොම ඕක හැම බැලම පතුරනවා දැන් බලන්න කිසි අවුලක් නැහැ කවුරුත් එන්නෙත් නැහැ මොනා කරත් දන්නෙත් නැහැ කොල්ලගේ මූණට hinaවක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ හරි දැන් ඊට පස්සේ උදේ මං හිතන්නේ පටන් ගන්න තියෙන්නේ උට හීන පේනවා මුගේ අර කෙල්ල ගැන කිසිම කතාවක් බහක් නැහැ මම හිතන්නේ කෙල්ල මැරෙන්නද
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
අම්මලා සිරි උට පේනවා හීනයක් පේන්නේ
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
ස්කලිට්ස් වලින් සෙට් එකක් එනවලු ෂුවර් එකටම අර බේරිච්ච කට්ටිය කාසල් එක ඇතුළට හිටපු කට්ටිය එනවා ඉතින් අර සර් කවුද අර මෙයා කඩුව හැදුවේ අයි මෙතන ටායි බඩගිනි කියන්නේ holy shit battlement කියන්නේ මෙහෙ මේ battlement එක කියන්නේ මෙන්න මෙතනින් ගිහපුවාම උඩට තියෙන්නේ එතන තමයි battlement මේ තියෙන්නේ go to the battlement okay මේ පැත්තට යන්න ඕනේ මට සිරි අකුණු ගහනවා වකුණු ගහ වහින්නේ
But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands. All will end well.
Hari. What's going on?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was
Sir
getting
Radsik තමයි ඉන්නේ.
And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Take care.
බැටල්මන්ට් එකේ සීන් එකක් යන්නේ.
Oh! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Rubber?
Sir Ansig! What a relief.
අන්න සර් අර්සික් තමයි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
Yes, sir. He is right here.
වැස්සේ මේගොල්ලෝ පැනලා යනවා.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men.
උන් ජෝක්
My old
කරනවා යාස්.
granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left the
අනිකර
storm in
movie
the
scene
castle
එකක්
for more
යන්නේ.
clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want
ඌ
there?
ආයෙ ස්කලිට්
I
වලට
can't leave my
යන්නේ.
mother and father. I
අම්මයි
won't leave their
තාත්තවයි
corpses
වලලා
rotting in the
ඉන්න.
street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir,
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Balding.
I see you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will.
සර් හනුෂින් රැටායි කියලා පැත්තකට තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ පැනලා
These are
යන්නේ.
dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people, move out!
මේ ඉතුරු වෙච්ච මිනිස්සු ටිකත් අරගෙන එයා යනවා අර රටායි වලට. මුගේ ගමේ කට්ටියනේ. හරි
Men,
මෙයාට කතා.
tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Yes sir. හරි. මෙයාට කතා කරන්න තියෙන දැන්. Can I be helped?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes. Yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yesterday.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. Don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Take care.
හරි. පොඩි බඩගින්නක් තියෙනවා. පොඩි ස්නැක් එකක් ඇපල් ගෙඩියක් කාලා. බඩගින්නත් නැති කරගෙන බඩගින්න නැති වුණේ නැහැ හැබැයි චීස් කෑල්ලක් කමු. හරි. බඩගින්න නැති වුණා. ඊට පස්සේ මේ බැටල්මන්ට් එකේ නිදා ගන්න සීන් එක කියන්නේ අපි ඉන්න ඕනේ මේ අම්මඩ මෙයා ගියා. මෙයාට කතා කරලා මෙතන මම බැටල්මන්ට් එකේ රෑ එළි වෙනකන් ඉන්න සීන් එකක් තියෙන්නේ.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh?
hari.
I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning.
hari. උදේ වෙනකන් අපිට තියෙන්නේ පොඩ්ඩක් නිදි කිරකිර ඉන්න සීන් එකක් තියෙනවා. හරි ඒක කරන්න press T T එක press කරන්න කියලා තියෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ 4 hours 5 hours හරි මෙන්න මෙතන 2 hours T to start right අන්න ඔහොම තමයි කාලේ නාස්ති කරන්න මේකේ මෙකැනිසම් එකක් තියෙන ඔන්න ඔය විදිහට අපිට කාලේ නාස්ති කර හැකි wait until morning කියලා තියෙන්නේ එන තව පැයක් විතර වගේ ඇඩ් කරමු අපි හරි මොකක් හරි සීන් එකක් වෙනවා මොකක් හරි සීන් එකක් වෙනවා බලමු ගිහින් let's go move it අම්මාට සෙලි අවුට බේලි ඔය යන්නේ මම හිතන්නේ අර සිගිස්මුන්ගේ කට්ටිය ඇවිල්ලා වගේ ඔය එහෙම සීන් එකක් වගේ තමයි යන්නේ අර ගොල්ලෝ නැහැ කියලා දැනගත්තට පස්සේ සර් රඩ්සික්ලාගේ සෙට් එකනේ අම්මට සෙලි ආමි එක මිනිස්සු බය වෙලා ඉන්නේ
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. You may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
අර සර් රඩ්සික්ට වඩා මෙයා ටිකක් මොලේ තියෙනවා. Lord of Tamberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart.
No, man.
The efforts of the king's brother
Greetings,
bring
Sir
order
Markwart.
to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble.
Markwart getting
It
Markwart
seems to me,
again.
though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratsik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talberg. he would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that the Ratzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
මුන් ඇවිල්ලා ගේම ඉල්ලන සීන් එකක් තියෙන්නේ. කොහොම හරි මෙයාගේ ටිකක් පොඩ්ඩක් අර වයිස් කියන වයසක මිනිස්සෙන්නේ. එයාගේ කතාව ටිකක් අරුන් ෂේප් වෙලා ෂේප් වුණා වගේ බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා ඇටැක් කරයිද නැද්ද? ඌ කියනවා ගිල්ල සීන් එක. එහෙම රවුමට කරලා මේවා කරා කියන්නේ හැරලා යනවා කියන එක. කෙලින්ම අත උස්සලා ඉස්සරහට කරොත් එහෙම charge කියලා කෙලින්ම ඒ කියන්නේ attack කරනවා.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
අරගේ බර ඇති අර උස්සලා කරේ තියාගන්නදී. අර මම දැන් අපි අල්ටිමේට් ගෝල් එක ඌට වැඩි දෙන එක වෙන්නදී. Go to the battlements of the outer bailey. Bury your loved one Scully, talk to Sir Robert, get a horse. අපිට දැන් තියෙන්නේ ස්කලිට්ස් වලට යන්න ආපහු. රොබර්ට්ට කතා කරලා ෂේප් එකක් දාගෙන දාලා කතා කරලා ෂේප් එකක් දාගෙන ඒ වගේම ගිහිල්ලා හෝස් කෙනෙක් හොයාගන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ ස්කලිට්ස් වලට ගිහිල්ලා එයාගේ අම්මවයි තාත්තවයි බරි කියන්නේ වල දාන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ අදට මම මෙතනින් නවත්තන්නම්. අපි එහෙනම් මේකේ part 3 එකකින් ඊළඟට හෙන්රි මොකද්ද ගන්න ඇක්ෂන් එක මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා හෙන්රිගේ ජීවිත කතාවේ බලමු. මේක ඇවිල්ලා TV series එකක් වගේ එකක්. එහෙනම් කට්ටිය සෙට්ලා ඉන්න. වීඩියෝ එකට කැමති නම් මේ සීරීස් එකට කැමති නම් ලයික් කරන්න, ඒ වගේම ෂෙයා කරන්න. YouTube channel එක තාම subscribe කරලා නැත්නම් subscribe කරන්න අනිවාර්යෙන්. මේ වගේ gaming videos දිගටම බලන්න කැමති නම් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම subscribe කරලා set වෙන්න. එහෙනම් boys ජය වේවා. GG අපි ගියා. Bye bye.
Could do with a bite to eat.